Hey there, this is John Chen, and this is another amazing episode of Engaging Virtual Meetings podcast. If you're watching us live on social media, please do us a favor, subscribe, share, like, comment, do one of those things for crying out loud. Tell us that you're here, ask our guests questions. If you want to subscribe to our podcast, come to engagingvirtualmeetings.online, and you can subscribe on any one of your 13 favorite podcast platforms. And while I'm at it, I'm going to talk about this. The Engaging Conference is coming October 1, 2, and 3. This is going to be the pinnacle of engagement, whether you are in person, hybrid, or virtual. And this is the first year that we are going hybrid, broadcasting live out of Seattle, Washington. Get your ticket here, engagingvirtualmeetings.com/con. Now, this guest, oh my goodness, this guest is really special for multiple reasons. One, he's in the Special Olympics. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Actually, shout out to my friend Jimbo Clark, who was actually working with the Special Olympics team with his amazing work. Now, this gentleman and I have known each other when he worked at a company called the Masters Experience, where he had this immense and amazing bus vehicle, like leather couches, executive setting, television, audio system, in addition to a green room that had a door inside of the back. Really cool. And now he's working at a company called Doppler Labs, and now he's going to join me, and not join me virtually. He's here in my studio. Let's welcome the one and only Jim Humphries.
Thank you, John.
All right, let's test that mic. Say hello.
Hello.
Keep going.
Keep going, or keep going to say hello?
Oh,
hello.
microphone closer.
Thank you, John.
There we go. Okay, great.
All right.
So let's see, I'm going to join him.
Studio experience is something I'm not used to, being with true professionals.
True professionals in a ski cabin. I just have to let you know that we're here in the chalet of the Engaging Virtual Meetings part. So, Jim, first off, what do you think of this crazy setup that we got going on here?
I think this is absolutely amazing. I'm looking at more screens than I think I've ever seen in one place in my life, let alone one room. So this is, John does everything over the top. I've known him for a lot of years. He's never been shy at any detail. And so this is just true to the course.
Yeah, so of course, just behind the scenes, right? He's in my green screen studio here. So of course, this is like a background here. We do have two mics running in here. He's actually able to see himself, so we can kind of see what's going on. And we can still see your comments here if you are chatting on social media. So Jim, for my friends who don't know you, take a moment, introduce yourself, who you are, and what you do.
Terrific. Well, thanks, John. I am the president of a new company that's emerging called Doppler Labs. You may know or have heard of Doppler Labs, as it's been around in the headphone business for about 15 years. Building state-of-the-art headphones that you would see in recording studios, or that the professional musicians wear during concerts, et cetera, et cetera.
Like the in-ear, like some of those?
No, true over-the-ear.
Over-the-ear, okay. Yeah, got it.
So the $4,000 or $5,000 headphones?
Yeah.
So the inventor of the item I'm about to talk to you about comes from that industry. His name is Dan Wiggins, and Dan is the inventor of something that we call at Doppler Labs, we call it the platform. And the platform is designed to bring audiologists quality hearing assistance to the masses. Our tagline says to over 500 million people worldwide, and that is our goal. What we've done is we put the whole audiologist experience in a tablet. And then paired it with the highest end hearing aids possible, and have put this in such a way that you can take and tune your own hearing at home or wherever it is. It takes about 10 minutes, and you'll have audiologist quality hearing. Different from a lot of things that are being sold over the counter now.
Yep.
That are basically just amplifiers.
Yeah, right.
So they're making louder the sound that you're already hearing. And that's not what you need to have. So in my particular case, I used to sing in a band, stood in front of those big Fender speakers.
What?
Yeah.
What?
And so I've lost all the higher registry sounds, the soprano sounds. And so in testing our product, guess what? I got them all back.
Oh.
They were there. So I'm a prime candidate with mild to moderate hearing loss. Just ask my wife. and it's
What?
selective hearing loss.
What?
So anyway, we've got this great solution that we want to. We're in the process of completing the engineering. We're 85% of the way done, and in looking for our initial investors,
Yeah.
as most new startup companies do,
Yeah.
right? But with the goal of bringing hearing to 500 million people at a very affordable cost.
Now, I want to give a shout out to one of my very good friends, Dave Vaught, who has actually got the cochlear implants, right? And so that was a really cool piece of technology. But now, if I understand this correctly, too, you get these hearing aids, right? One is that you can program them for different situations, like one might be a concert, one might be like a conference or a one-on-one meeting. So you can tune the same product in different ways so you can optimize it, right, for yourself and your hearing piece, and then I think the second part here is that, right? Well, this is the worst part, Jim. We're getting older,
No.
and that with the baby boomer coming into this age, right? You're probably going to have this mass influx of people who are going to start losing their hearing and want this product, because losing your hearing. All right, I don't think it's like your right arm. You don't really realize how much experience and life you miss if you start to lose part of your hearing. Is that the correct way to describe the product?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So to your first point, each individual has different hearing situations going on in their life. In my case, it was the higher registry. Other people have just across the board hearing loss. They've been in the military. They've worked construction jobs. Any place where there's been high-pitched banging noises, that takes an impact on your hearing.
Right.
And so what this does is it allows you, the tablet, as you go through the process of tuning your hearing aids to your needs, it allows you to pick what the deficits are and tunes them up so you're hearing better. Then, in addition to that, it also allows you to take that into individual environments that you may go into where you're hearing challenged. You know, a library, as a for instance, somebody's speaking very softly to you, and you're not hearing them.
Okay.
Or at a concert and the background noise is way loud.
Or a machinery, like
or
that
a
would be a
machinery.
typical one, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. You could be riding, in your car with the window open, and you have that
Wind noise
coming through.
Yeah.
So you all can think of situations where you're challenged. And so what this allows you to do is these hearing aids can be set for up to 8 individual environments that you'll be walking into: church, concert, library, home, home for dinner, you name it. And you can pick those and then tune your hearing to adjust to exactly what your needs are.
Yeah.
Now, the only other way that this is even available is through an audiologist. And audiologists are around. You'll see their advertising in the papers.
Sure.
And then they're advertising all kinds of different, quite frankly, in a very high margin business, they're offering all different kinds of incentives to come in. Free hearing tests,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Costco right now.
Yeah.
Free hearing test.
That's right.
Crazy too. Soundproof chamber in Costco.
2 of them now.
Yeah.
So John knows I'm an ex-Costco guy, so I happen to know
a few things about Costco.
About how it works.
Well, let me show the product here. So watch this too. Stay right there. And let me take a minute here and show the website, at least currently, about what's on here so we can describe what's on here. Okay, there we go. So coming into here, right, there are a few products. So do you have an example here? I think there are 4 things on this product. This one's called the Hear Max. Right?
Yeah, John, go back to go back to the tablet, because that's the basis, or we call it the platform.
Right
So
here.
Curator is actually the piece that holds 4 patents, 4 utility patents, that allows the hearing aids to be paired to this tablet, and then the software that's aligned to it that brings you that audiologist quality hearing interview is now done in this tablet form. Also, what's very unique is that if anybody is using hearing aids, the challenge is always is charging them in the right environment. Well, we're actually in the Curator, we are building in charging ports, so that everything will be centralized with the Curator.
It's like supercharged AirPods, right? Medical grade version.
Correct.
Yep.
and Bluetooth compatible, by the way.
Oh, that's right. You can take a call with it, right?
That's right.
Wow.
You can listen to tunes in your car. I'll do all that good stuff. You can listen to a engaging conference here with John Chen, of course.
And
So-
hopefully hear it better because you're hearing it in the sound pattern that is designed specifically for you. Like
in that instance,
right,
yeah.
for you, if you lose that mid to high range where a lot of vocal quality, speaking quality is at, you want to like probably bump that level up so you can hear it clearly. right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So then,
And then what you're seeing here is the three types of in your ear hearing aid
Okay.
will be offered. So Hear Max is kind of like the full-on version with extra power.
Okay.
Battery life is 24 hours, and
Wow.
and if there is a drawback, the drawback is that the chassis on the back that carries all the componentry is a little bit larger
Yeah.
than the one you're going to show next, which is Hear Mini. So this is also a behind the ear hearing aid, but for children and for women, or those with smaller, head frames, this is a much better design where you have less, room behind your ear and skull.
I got to tell you too, I know a three-dimensional dental printing company that is about to launch a whole line of Mini. So like Mini, right? Apple has also shown that Mini has value. There are people who will buy because of its smaller form
Correct.
factor.
And then lastly is for those people who don't want to wear behind the ear, there's what we call the stealth mode hear-in hearing aid, which is basically it goes in your ear and is virtually unseen, and there's no chassis behind the ear. And so there's those three options which will take care of literally anybody up to the point where they may need a cochlear implant. In which the case this product is not designed for that at all.
Right, but this can handle probably like the 80%, right? A cochlear implant is like
all closer to 95%.
Wow, 95%. So
Right.
obviously, big deal coming up. Why did you, Jim, you've worked at lots of companies. I've known you for a while. Why did you pick Doppler out of all the other companies that you know about?
Interesting question. So I was actually at a Zoom meeting one day. And there was a group of people that congregate here in Seattle. And so that one morning, a fellow, Dan Wiggins, I mentioned his name earlier, was the presenter. And he said during his presentation, this is what we've got. Here's how we got here.
Yeah.
And his co-partner is a Boeing engineer. So these two guys are rock stars in the engineering space.
Yeah.
And so they said, we're looking to bring this to market.
Yeah.
And, I'm just listening going, okay, well, I know I'm a little challenged hearing. My wife keeps telling me that time and time again.
What? I'm going to do it again.
And if she's listening, she'll amen this one big time. Anyway, so we're listening. And I at the very end, he put his contact information in the comment section. And, a couple hours later, I went and emailed him and said, you know what, check me out on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I'm an entrepreneur of sorts. I'm more so a visionary than an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And I believe this product's going to work, and it's going to work for a lot of people. And so to that end, we're a few years down the road into this. If you take a look, we have what we're showing you here, the platform with Curator and the Hear products will be available in approximately 10 months to a year from now. Once again, depending on funding. But what's really cool is that we have a model that goes international.
Yeah.
Where we can literally give the gift of hearing to the people in second and third world countries.
We were talking about that as a model, as like you buy one and you can give one away in a third world country. So your product is going to be on purpose, meaning that you can really solve the challenges of hearing without it being a financial only type of solution.
Correct.
Oh, that's really cool.
The social impact, John, is amazing. Amazing. And you let me give you a couple statistics. Okay. So in the country of India.
Yes.
Okay. There are over 1 billion people we know.
Yes.
And in India, there are 1,000 registered audiologists. So how many people are going to be able to get the care? And we can talk
Even
about
if they had the money.
Even if they had the money.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a fairly cosmopolitan country like Egypt.
Okay.
We'd consider them, with Cairo and all the good things going on there, a fairly cosmopolitan country. 12 registered audiologists.
For the entire country. Oh, my goodness.
Kenya. Okay, so Kenya's an emerging country in Central Africa.
Yeah.
They've got a few good things going on and a couple not so good things. 0 audiologists. So literally, we can take this based on partnerships with other companies or hospitals, doctors, nonprofits such as potentially World Vision, World Concern, Doctors Without Borders. I mean, you name it. We can put a kiosk in their office and then have hearing aids paired to that kiosk tablet, and literally everybody can walk out hearing. And you think about that. It's amazing. They don't even need the whole tablet anymore. So we have what I'll call the nonprofit structure as well.
This was like the microloans. So microloans happened in countries like this. It allowed one person to buy, say, a cell phone that was inaccessible to everyone else, and then rent it out for the small price that everyone could afford. Right. So that's one of the great models of like how you can solve the problem, give accessibility without, again, a huge capital expense.
Exactly.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah, it is. It is very cool.
All right. Well, first, where do people find you? What's the website?
Okay, and the website is www.dopplerlabs.io.
.io, right? Dopplerlabs.io. And here's the last piece here. So, I think I already heard your future. So, Jim, if you want people to remember one thing from this interview, what would you like that one thing to be?
Wow, interesting. I would love you all to be participants in giving the gift of hearing, first of all, to those who will never have the opportunity in today's society to get the gift of hearing. And secondly is get yourself checked out, because you probably will know after you've gone through the testing that there's parts of your hearing that you're missing. And that's a good part of life. You'll get your eyes examined every 2 years.
Yep.
How often do you get your ears examined? And they're just as important a part of your life as eyesight is. Think about this, that one of the leading causes of dementia is lack of hearing.
Lack of hearing. And dementia is becoming a big growing other piece. Right. I can attest, I did get my hearing checked at Costco. And luckily, I don't need anything, but I am just close to that border of losing things like the high and the mid-range. All right, so I have to really be careful about that. So that's the one thing, too. If you didn't hear that, go get your hearing checked, all right?
Amen.
Jim, thank you so much for being a guest.
Appreciate your time, brother. This is great.
There we go. So, all right, so Jim was here in the studio and just really talking about DopplerLabs.ai, right? If you can hear my voice right now, number one, you have a gift. And you need to keep that gift if you really want to. So the second thing that Jim told you is get your hearing checked, right? Get your hearing checked. And the day that you do got to get hearing aids, find out if there's a way that you could give the gift of hearing back to somebody else. I'm John Chen, and I care a lot about audio. As we say here in virtual land, that your audio is even more important than your video, right? I can turn off my video, but my audio is so important. That if I lose my audio, that you're really going to lose the meeting with that. I'm John Chen. This is another engaging virtual meetings interview. By the way, if you're here again, subscribe, share, like, comment, spread the word. We're here to reduce suffering in virtual and hybrid meetings. We also want you to, if you want a new episode every Wednesday, you just like new stuff all the time, go to engagingvirtualmeetings.online. Register for my conference right here, engagingvirtualmeetings.com/CON for conference. And if you want to be like Jim Humphries, then go to engagingvirtualmeetings.com/meet, select interview, and you can be the next guest here on the Engaging Virtual Meetings podcast. I hear you all. I feel you. I'll see you next time. Always start people and keep whole people. Show you got heart. You can put it down now. Now we're playing the game and we're totally scoring, learning how to make a virtual putting down the